Do you want to keep your Chihuahua happy and stress-free? Then you'll want to know about the things that can really irritate these tiny but fiercely loyal dogs. In today's video, we're diving into the top 10 things that Chihuahuas absolutely hate, so you can avoid these common mistakes and keep your pet as cheerful as possible. Stick around to make sure you're not unknowingly stressing out your little companion. Welcome back to Doggy Pedia, where we bring you all things dog-related. Without further ado, let's begin. 1. Cold weather. Chihuahuas are tiny dogs with not a lot of body fat, so they get cold really easily. Imagine how you feel on a chilly day without a jacket. That's how a Chihuahua feels in cold weather, but even worse. Because they're so small, they lose heat faster than bigger dogs. So what can you do? First, you can put a doggy sweater or a warm coat on your Chihuahua when it's cold outside. Yes, they look cute in clothes, but it's also really practical for them. A good rule is that if you're cold enough to need a sweater, your Chihuahua probably does too. Also, try to keep your home warm for them. A cozy blanket in their favorite hangout spot will make a big difference. You can even buy a heated pet bed for extra warmth. 2. Loud noises. Chihuahuas have really good ears, which means they can hear things very well. But this also means that loud noises like fireworks or thunder can scare them a lot more than other dogs. Think of it like this. If someone suddenly blasted a horn near your ear, you'd probably jump, right? For a Chihuahua, those loud sounds can feel just as shocking and scary. So if you know that there will be loud noises, like on the 4th of July when people set off fireworks, it's a good idea to prepare. You can put your Chihuahua in a quiet room far away from the noise, maybe with some soft music playing to help drown out the scary sounds. Some people even use special doggy earmuffs to help block the noise. Another good idea is to give them a safe space, like a crate with a blanket over it, where they can hide if they get scared. Just like some people feel safer under the covers, a Chihuahua might feel better in a cozy and closed space. 3. Being left alone for long periods. Chihuahuas really love their human friends. They like to be with you so much that they can get very upset if you're not around. Imagine how you'd feel if your best friend suddenly disappeared for hours. You'd probably miss them a lot, right? Well, that's how your Chihuahua feels when you leave them alone for a long time. They can even get what's called separation anxiety, which means they become really stressed and sad when you're not there. To help them, try not to be gone for too long if you can help it. If you have to be away, leave some toys for them to play with, or even a piece of clothing that smells like you. That way they can feel a little bit closer to you even when you're not there. 4. Forced socialization. Making friends should be fun, right? But imagine if someone pushed you into a room full of strangers and said, "Go, make friends now." You'd probably feel pretty uncomfortable. The same goes for Chihuahuas. While it's good for them to meet new people and animals, forcing them into these situations can actually make them scared or stressed. The best way to help your Chihuahua make new friends is to let them do it at their own speed. Don't push them towards other people or animals. Instead, let them sniff around and approach when they feel comfortable. This way, meeting new friends becomes a fun thing, not something that makes them stressed out. So if you've been letting your Chihuahua make new friends at their own pace but still find yourself dealing with some naughty behaviors, don't worry, there's help available. You're not alone, and there's a solution that doesn't just correct behavior, but also enriches your dog's life mentally. 5. Water swimming. When it comes to water and swimming, many Chihuahuas are not fans. Imagine if you were scared of water and someone pushed you into a swimming pool. You wouldn't like it, would you? The same goes for many Chihuahuas. They're not built for swimming like some other dogs, and water can make them really nervous. If you want to introduce your Chihuahua to water, go really slow. Maybe start by letting them step into a shallow kiddie pool and see how they react. Never force them into the water or throw them in. That'll just make them more scared. 6. Big dogs. Chihuahuas are small, and big dogs can seem like giants to them. Imagine standing next to an elephant. You'd probably feel tiny and a bit scared, right? Although not all, some Chihuahuas feel the same way about big dogs. This fear can make them act out and maybe even try to growl or snap at the bigger dog, even though they're the little ones. If you have other bigger dogs or you're going out where large dogs are, be careful. Let your Chihuahua meet the big dogs slowly and in a controlled situation. Always be ready to step in if you see your Chihuahua getting scared or aggressive. 7. Inconsistent routine. Chihuahuas like things to be the same every day. Think about how you feel when your daily plans suddenly change. It can be confusing and even a little stressful, right? Your Chihuahua feels the same way when their routine changes. They like to know when it's time to eat, go for a walk, or go to bed. Changing these things can make them anxious. So try to keep a regular schedule for things like feeding and walks. If you normally feed them at 8 a.m., try to stick to that time every day. The same goes for walks and bedtime. Your Chihuahua will be much happier if they know what to expect. 8. Crowded spaces. Imagine being in a crowd where everyone is much taller and bigger than you. It'd be easy to get bumped into or even stepped on, right? That's how a Chihuahua feels in crowded places. They're so small that they can easily get overwhelmed and scared when there are a lot of people or other animals around. If you're going to a busy place, it might be better to leave your Chihuahua at home where they can feel safe. If you have to take them, consider carrying them or putting them in a doggy stroller so they're not at risk of being stepped on or bumped. 9. Rough handling. Chihuahuas are tiny and can be fragile. Think of them like a delicate glass ornament. You wouldn't toss that around, would you? Rough handling, even if you're just playing, can scare them and might even hurt them. It's really important to be gentle when you're picking them up, setting them down, or playing with them. This is especially true for kids who might not understand how gentle they need to be. Always watch when children are playing with your Chihuahua to make sure they're being soft and careful. A Chihuahua isn't a toy. They're a little creature that needs to be handled with love and care. 10. Overfeeding. Chihuahuas are tiny, and it's easy to think that a little extra food won't hurt them. But actually, because they're so small, even a little extra weight can be a big problem. Imagine carrying around a backpack filled with heavy rocks all day. You'd feel pretty uncomfortable and tired, right? That's how a Chihuahua feels when they're overweight. Being too heavy can also make them sick. They can get problems like diabetes or joint pain, just like people can. So make sure you're feeding them the right amount of food. If you're not sure how much that is, you can ask your vet for advice. And there we have it. Those were the top 10 things that many Chihuahuas just can't stand. Trust us, navigating around these common pitfalls can make a world of difference in your relationship with your tiny four-legged friend. Remember, every Chihuahua is an individual with their own likes and dislikes, but these tips are a great starting point for anyone looking to understand their pet a little better. So the next time you're tempted to toss your Chihuahua into a pool party or leave the radio blasting while you're out, think twice. Your Chihuahua will thank you in their own special way, probably with more cuddles and fewer side eyes. I hope we answered the questions you may have in mind through this video. So do you have any stories or personal experiences about these wonderful dogs that you'd want to share with us? Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. As always, if you enjoyed today's content, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. To be notified when we upload new videos, make sure to click the notification bell button. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.